Now is where you start making some of your own decisions. So what I could do is I could add some lines and shapes that aren't really on the actual shoe that I was looking at, because now I'm actually designing things. I like the idea. I'm going to use this line here, bring this way. Whatever I add, I still need to make sure I'm drawing it in a way that convinces people it's actually on this shoe. You were looking at a three-dimensional shoe, so the way this edge moves, it would look like it's actually on there. So then maybe I have a shape that's down here that I add. Maybe I have something on the top here, but again, it has to look like it goes around. So if it starts here, it would come around to this side, and then it would curve back around to the front there, okay? Now, at this point, what I can do is start using color. So I have some color pencils nearby. I'm going to start adding them into the shapes, but what I will do is here I'll start out darker, where you would see some of the spray paint effects that Stephanie Boutari does in her murals. So I press really hard at first, and then as I come across, I lighten up. That's going to give it kind of a 3D effect too. So the blue starts out very dark, and then it lightens up. I'm using blue, but of course you're welcome to use colors that you choose. But then I want to think, well, what else can go in there with it? So maybe this green. And again, you're trying to think, well, where would I start the color darker? So against the black line on one side that I did from the marker, and then as I come across, I'm pressing lighter and lighter. You don't want it to look like you just stopped. Like if I stop right there, the blue has that fading away effect. The green just sort of stops, like I fell asleep. So what I want to do is blend on the color. So I fade it away gradually, so a little bit at a time. And then I want to think design-wise what would make sense. So here it fades away, turns into white almost. But then maybe when it comes from this side, the same effect happens. So design-wise, since I've used that blue on a shape that's along the bottom or the sole of the shoe here, maybe I need to repeat that. So over here I have the opportunity where I have another shape that I can blend that in. So you're sort of choosing colors you like, and you're trying these techniques. As you do this too, of course you can go back and reference the photos of some of her designs to get ideas. So I'm going to continue working here. Once I have the bottom of the shoe laid out, then I'm going to think about, well, how would I add colors here on the top? Should I repeat some of these colors? Should I do something new? I think again we'll see the blue and the green later, but for now what I want to do is I want to try adding something new. So this red, pressing hard at first, as it comes across it fades away. So at first, like something this large and detailed, like using colored pencils all over it, would take time if you were coloring everything in. But the nice thing is you're trying to get sort of a painted on effect. So by blending the colors, you don't have to sit there and color every single shape in or fill it with color, because it's eventually going to fade away. So eventually you're going to be showing the white of the paper showing through. So then of course I'll repeat this red somewhere else. And then I need to start thinking, what's going to look good in the shapes that go up against the red parts of the shoe. So blending on my colors. All right, so I'm going to keep working on mine. You're going to keep working on yours.